Wish you all a very good day, my dear children. Now today we are going to revise all the lessons related to the first term in the grade 6 syllabus in 20 questions. By discussing these 20 questions, I believe that you will get a very good knowledge about about all the lessons in the first term. But now I am very much concerned about the amount that can be filled into your brain at one time. If I put a video which is too long, the lesson will be boring. Therefore, I have broken these 20 questions. I have broken up into 2 episodes. In the first video, we are going to discuss the first 10 questions, and in the second one, the other 10. Then, my dear children, now at each question, now we are putting the question first. Then, you can pause the video for a moment and write down the question and listen to the discussion. Right? Okay, then let's start. Now the first question. Mark the points A and P in the circle. A and P in the circle, and B and Q outside, and C and R on the circle. In, on, outside. Right. Now A and P in the circle. Then you can mark the point and write A like this. Anyway, you must always put a capital letter, because to mark a point, we do not use a simple letter. A and P in the circle. A and P in the circle. Then points B and Q outside. Outside the circle, B and Q. Then what are the other ones? C and R on the circle. Anywhere on this line. C and R. C and R on the circle. Right. Now by discussing, answering this question, now what did you learn? Now this area can be divided into, 3 areas, separated into 3 areas by the circle. Inside, on, outside. Right? Inside, on, outside. Okay, now take up the second question. Okay, children, now we are going to take up the second question. Here you are, there is a figure, a circle. This figure shows 3 lines along which the circle can be folded into 2 equal parts. This line, now you can fold the circle into 2 equal parts. Right? All those 3 lines pass through one common point named O. All these 3 lines, they pass through one common point. If the distance from O to A is 5 cm, calculate the distance from C to O and B to E. C to O, B to E. Alright. Now what is the main fact that we have to consider? Now all these lines pass through one common point, and the distance from this point to any point on the circle is always the same. So if this is 5, these also are 5 cm ones. Then C to O, that also is 5 cm. Then B to E, 5 and 5, that is 10 cm. Right. Now, third question, write the value denoted by 7 in the number 5739. Now, you know these are ones, these are tens, and these are hundreds. So, the place value is 100. But what is the value denoted by the 7? That is 700, because this 7 denotes 7 hundreds. That is, the value denoted by the number 7 is 700. Okay, this is the fourth question, an addition and a subtraction. Now, what is the main thing that you need to learn? When you are given an addition like this, don't do it at once. Here you must always write it like this, otherwise you are likely to make a mistake. Now you can do the addition very nicely. 8 and 9, 17. Then comes 7 and 1 goes to the other side. On this side now there are 6 altogether. In here 10, but put 0 and send the 1 to the other side. Then 1, 7 and 1, that is 9, and this is 5. See how simple it is when it is written like this. Okay, this one. subtraction. That also is the same. Don't try to subtract when it is in one line like this. Write it like this. Okay. From 6, you can't subtract 8. Then what should you do? Take 1 from the other side. When you take 1 from this side, this becomes 2 and the 1 goes to the other side becomes 10. Altogether there are 16. From 16 you are subtracting 8, then the answer is 8. And again 2 in here. Take 1 from here. Then leaving 7 here, you are sending 1 to the other side. Altogether there are 12. From 12 you are subtracting 9, then the answer is 3. From 7 you can subtract 7, then the answer is 0. From 7 subtract 2, then answer is 5. This 5, there is nothing to subtract from that. Then let it be as it is. Here you are, my dear children. This is the 5th question. It has 3 parts altogether. There is a number. You have been given a number. And you have been asked to write it in the standard form. What do you mean by writing in the standard form? That is to write the number separated into zones. How can you separate the number into zones? From this side, from the unit place, you are separating 3 digits. 3 digit zones like this. Here you are. Then keep small space. 5 space 064 space 328 space 801. This is the way you write a number in the standard form. And you have to write how this number is read. How can you read this number? Right? First of all, you must know what these zones are. This is a unit zone. This is the thousand zone. This is the million zone, while this one is the billion zone. Right. Then let's read the number. 5,64,328,801. Then the third part. Write this number in numerals. What is the number? 93,835,028. Okay. First of all, before you write a number like this, you have to mark the zones like this. This is a billion zone, million zone, thousand zone and unit zone. Okay. 93 billion. Then you have to write 93 in the billion zone. 835,000. Not in the million zone. 835,000. And 28 in the unit zone. 28. Right. Now, there are some gaps. Then put zeros like this. No millions. Then you can write the number. 93 space 000 space 835 space 028. Now children, the 6th question has 2 parts. Round off 576 to the nearest 10. Right. When you write these ones in tens, 560, 570, 580, then these middles 565, 575, 580, 585 like this. Then to the nearest 10. Then 576 is closer to 580. Therefore, when you round off, it must be 580 because it is nearer to 580 than 570. But at this moment, I would like to remind you in another thing. If this number comes 575, which lies in the exact middle, then put to the upper side, put to the greater side. Okay, then the other one, when a certain number was rounded off to the nearest 10, it became 80. It became 80. What are the highest and lowest numbers it could be? Right, here you are, 70, 80, 90. Now, this is the middle 85. This one 75. Now you know children, if the number is 75, it is rounded off to 80. But it is 85, it is rounded off to the 90. then the lowest number that 80 could be by, now when a number was rounded off to the nearest 10, if it became 80, the lesser number, lower number, minimum number is 75, while the maximum number is 84, because if it is 85, it goes to the other side. 84 is the upper number. Okay, children, now this one, seventh question has 4 parts. First, a multiplication. Now, I think you can remember how a multiplication is done. Take up the unit number first and multiply by that. 8 times 3, 24. 4 and 2 kept aside. 8 times 7, 56. Then with this 2, it becomes 58. Then we write 8 in here and keep the 5 aside. 8 times 4, 32. 32 and 5, 37. Then take up 5. 5 times 3 is 15. 5 in here, 1 kept aside. The 5 times 7, 35 and 36. 6 in here, 3 aside. 5 times 4, 20 and 23. Now add them. Anyway, what is the main thing that you have to remember? When you start multiplying by 8, start writing just below 8. And then when you take up number 5, when you start multiplying by number 5, start writing just below 5. Now add these ones. 4, 8 and 5, 13, 3 in here, 1 goes to the other side. 14, 4, 1 goes to the other side. 7 and 2. Right? This is the way. Okay, now let's take up this division 936, division 12. Now, when we write a division, when we want to do a division, we have to write it like this. Otherwise, it may lead to problems. It may lead to wrong answers. How many 12s can you take from 9? You can't take. Then let's go to 93. How many 12s can you take out of 93? You can take 7. That is 84. Then when 84 is removed, then 9 will remain. Then take up this one, 96. How many 12s can you take out of 96? Exactly 8. That is 96. There is no remainder. Then this one is multiplying by 10, 100, 1000 like numbers. That means 1 and 0 numbers are very easy. That multiplication is very easy. When you multiply by 10, what can you do? 570. When you multiply by 10, 1 0. 100, 2 zeros. 1000, 3 zeros you have to add. Here you are. Now we are putting another 3 zeros. This is the answer. When you multiply 500 by 570 by 1000, you are putting another 3 zeros. In the same way, when you divide, you are removing. When you multiply, you are adding zeros. When you divide, you are removing zeros. Now you are dividing by this by 100. That means 100 has 2 zeros. You have to remove 2 zeros from this one. That means the answer is 478 and 1 0. 4780. If it has 2 zeros in the division, remove 2 zeros. But if this was 2 or any other number, you can't do this. It must be always 1. What are these numbers? You can do this thing for multiplication and division by 10, 100, 1000, 10,000. This type of 1 and 0 numbers only. Not for any other numbers. Alright. In the question number 8, there is a chart. 12-hour format, 24-hour format. Right. Now you have to convert these times into 24-hour format. Most advisable thing as beginners, draw this line. When you draw this line, on the upper side, you write the 12-hour format. Right. Midnight, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Noon. Then after the noon, again 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 midnight once again. But in the 24-hour format, there is not 12 for the midnight. It is 0. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. After 12, It continues in the same manner, 13, 14 unto 24. But usually we don't write 24, instead we write 0, 0, 0, 0. But if we happen to write the time at the end of the day, the time is 24. But usually we don't write it. Okay, now 7:10 a.m. that is in the 12-hour format. 7:10 in here. Then what is the 24-hour format? It lies in here, below the line. That is 7:10. But put double dots, 0, 7, double dot 10. Always there must be 2 digits for this side and 2 digits for the other side. Then 8:20 p.m. p.m. is afternoon here. After the noon, this portion is p.m. 8:20. Then that is 20:20. 20 double dot 20. Then 12:50 a.m. on this side. 12:50. That is 00:50. 00 double dot 50. Then 1:30 p.m. That is 13:30 p.m. double dot 30. It is like this. By drawing this line, you can answer the question, this type of questions, without making any mistake. Yes, children, look at this. A boy starts writing an essay at 11:15 a.m. before the noon and finishes at 2:10 p.m. What is the duration of the work? See, what a big essay, right? Then this you can't take up at once because this one belongs to the morning session while the other one goes to the afternoon session. Therefore, the most advisable thing, always when you want to calculate a duration, elapsed time, convert these times into 24-hour format. Then starting time, that is 11 double dot 15. The other one, that is 14 double dot 10. Now you can subtract the starting time from the finishing time to get the duration. Then what is the duration? Duration is 14, 10 minus 11, 15. Right. Now in here you can't subtract 15 from 10. Then take 1 hour into your hand and put it to the other side. Then it splits into 60 minutes. Altogether on this side there are 70 minutes because you put one from the hour side to the minute side. Now from the 70 you have to subtract 50. Then it becomes 55. Now from 3 take 1, that is 2. 1 minus 1 is 0. Then what is the time that he has spent for writing this essay? 2 hours and 55 minutes. Then write the answer. 2 hours and 55 minutes. Like that you have to write the answer. Right. Now the 10th question. Mr. Pereira's birthday is 15th March 1976. Write it in the standard form. Now can you remember how we write a date in the standard form? When we write a date, here you are. Now when you go to the bank also you can see this. But not in this manner. There is a small difference. Right? MM and DD. Right? You have to write the year in 4 digits. 1976. 1976. March. That is the third month. But there must be 2 digits. 0, 3. And then DD. Date also has to be written in 2 digits. Even if it is 1, you have to put 0. You have to put 0, 1. In here it is 15. It has 2 digits. Here this is the way you write a date in the standard form. Always remember the year comes first in 4 digits, then the month in 2 digits, and the date in 2 digits. Yes, my dear children, now from the 20 questions now we have completed 10. I do not want to make the video too lengthy one because it becomes boring then. Therefore, we can discuss the other remaining 10 questions in the second video. Now, I think you got a good knowledge. And now, if you are happy about this thing, this lesson, you can please subscribe this channel and click on the bell icon so that when we put the next 10 questions, you will be notified at this very moment. And if you think that this is a good job, you can share the video to your friends too. Alright, wish you good luck.